You have taken time out to tune in and be a part of the best real estate show on Omega Radio. And whatever it is that you're doing, I want you to give rapt attention to us as we have quite a bit of things that we want to share with you. We know that you want to own your own home, and we are here to give you tits and bits and share with you a number of things that will help you in that process. With me in studio this morning is Earon Lee. Tanya is not with us, Earon.
No. Good morning, everybody out there. Miss Tanya is under the weather this morning, so it looks like it's just us, Mark. Just the boys today.
Boys in the house, but equipped and ready to help our listeners and their families to accomplish one of the greatest missions that they could undertake. I mentioned that this is a new month, and you know, this month is a special month. There are two significant things concerning this month. It is the month that we call Family Month. It is also the month that we have Mother's Day. Yes, and mothers like to be pampered and in their own space. Yes, children take over and fix up and let mom feel good. And this is a time that you will be able to do that. Wonderful.
Yes, sir. And what greater gift would it be to get mom into that house for Mother's Day, right? Absolutely. This is a wonderful month. May is kind of the start, or the what we like to call that catalyst into home buying season, because as we move into the summer, more families are looking towards figuring out where they're going to live for the next school year.
Yes.
They're wrapping up the current school year and getting ready for the next one. So we call this kind of the peak time in buying season, because this is when everybody starts to get serious about buying.
Yeah, looking, and here we are. Give me a call. Your real estate pro on Omega Radio, 786-327-8844. That's 786-327-8844. And you certainly will need your financing to be arranged.
Absolutely. You can reach us at 954-890-4320 at Century Point Lending on all your social media platforms as well.
You know, Earon, a few days ago, I was with a small group. We were chit-chatting, and interestingly, as you would appreciate, I guided the conversation towards home ownership. And interestingly, during that discussion, I heard one of the persons say, I don't have any interest in buying a house. I rather to rent. Of course, you had persons who were on either side. Some say, no, buying is for me.
Right.
Others are sticking to the old position of renting. And when we chatted some more, do you know what was the main reason why persons say they wanted to?
Tell me, please, tell me.
Rent?
I'm curious. I am curious to hear this one.
It's that they don't want the responsibilities that come with home ownership, the maintenance and all the other attendant factors.
Well, you know, that is a very good point, and not one to just gloss over, because it is a valid point. Home ownership does come with some responsibility, right? Yeah. But there's a quote out there, I'm not sure by who, but without risk, there's no reward.
Yes.
Okay. And owning your own home, or renting a home for that matter, you are still paying for those repairs. Because in many cases, your rent that you're paying is already covering Mr. Sellers or Mr. Homeowners or Mr. Landlord's expenses to maintain those items when they do break down.
Certainly.
Okay,
Certainly.
so you are already paying for it. You're also actually paying for it, even if they don't happen.
Right.
So that I understand the point, but the reality is you are still paying for it.
Yes.
You're paying that mortgage for that landlord. You're paying the repair costs for that landlord.
Taxes.
You're paying the taxes for that landlord, and you are paying the profit for that landlord as well.
That is the critical point.
With zero return.
Yeah.
Zero return.
And so it is, my friends. whether you are aware of it or not, it is happening. And so what better thing to do than to do that for yourself?
Guys, so listen, owning a house does come with quite a bit of responsibilities, right? But here is the long-term effect and the long-term return on this deal. You're putting money into this house every month regardless, whether you own it or rent it, correct? Mm-hmm. But when you own it, you are adding to your equity bank account every month, okay? Every now and then you might have to dip into it, just like in life. We all have savings accounts, right? Or we should. If we don't, that's another conversation we need to have. But we all have these savings accounts for in the event something happens. It's why we carry insurance. It's why we carry car insurance, right? In the event something happens, you are taken care of. You're covered, right? So the mindset of not wanting to take on the additional expenses or the maintenance of the house, I get it. I understand it. I see your perspective. But also look at the upside. Because that house that you buy today is sitting there gaining equity every day, compounding day and day and day and day. So at the end of a year or 2 years or 3 years, yes, you might have spent an extra $5,000 or $10,000 on some repairs, but how much did you gain in equity?
You know, Earon, the National Association of Realtors published a report, a study that was done just April of this year. It was published actually the 18th of this month, and it is entitled Homeowners' Wealth is 40 times higher than renters. Yes. And I'm just going to read just a little part for our listeners. It says, property appreciation has surged along with home prices in the last decade, giving most homeowners more than $100,000 in equity over that time period, and lending further evidence that home ownership is an important avenue to build household wealth.
Guys, let's take this a little bit closer to home. I'm glad you brought this stat in, Mark, because we live here in South Florida, beautiful South Florida.
Yes.
And while this is a national average and some areas have realized 100,000, some, lower, here in Florida, the average household in 2022 gained $77,000 in equity.
I can attest to that. Just 3 days ago, I got a letter in my mail that from one of these lending companies. They are asking us to refinance because between 21 and 22, we gained over $90,000 in equity in the property.
Look at that. And you see, that's the numbers game. That's the long haul. Even if you are here temporarily and just passing through, wherever you are, South Florida, anywhere in the country, whether you are just passing through, if you are able to own where you're living, it is only going to pay back later on when you decide to move on. Okay, guys, so please stop sitting out there. Stop sitting with the phones in your pocket. Take them out. Give us a call, 954-890-4320. Let's do the math that's important to you. What is the real cost of home ownership to you? Compare it to rent, and we'll have that discussion. You tell me which way really makes the most financial sense.
Certainly, and as you have said many times, each person's situation is different.
Absolutely.
Do not listen to what your friends are saying. Call the experts. Talk to us. I'm ready to have that dialogue. Begin the discussion. 786-327-8844. Mark Hardy, 786-327-8844. And as I've said many times before, that if you call and say, I am calling because I heard the program on Omega Radio, there's a special discount that is exclusively yours. Are you hearing me? Call your friends, call your relatives, and let them know. Tune in to Omega Radio every Monday morning, 8:45 for Let's Talk Real Estate. And when you call and say, we are calling from as a result of, there's a special discount for you. We want to help you to get into that home.
You know, Mark, let's piggyback onto a conversation we had last week. This was kind of on the same track as to why are people not wanting to buy right now? Why is this that famous question, is this a good time because the market is XYZ? And who doesn't want to start building equity? Who would not love to put an extra $70,000 in their bank account today?
Certainly.
Who would not love that? So, guys, again, please take those phones out. Give us a call, 8954-890-4320. I cannot stress this enough. Renting is only costing you money and putting you in a deeper financial hole, and while making your landlord financially stable.
You know, there's a quotation that we often use in church, and that is yesterday, and it's applicable to life generally, not just because we use it in church. We use it in church a lot, but it's applicable to life. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. Yes. Yesterday is in the tomb. Tomorrow is in the womb. Yeah. Today is a gift.
You know, Mark, one of the other things that people are always reluctant when they're thinking about home buying is, where's the money going to come from? I don't have enough for a down payment. We hear this story, and as much as we tell people you don't need 20% down, we still get those calls. We still have those conversations. But there's a there's a thing out there called down payment assistance programs.
Yes.
Okay. And folks, listen, there's nothing in this country for free, so don't expect that everything is for free. But you can get assistance to help you purchase your first home. If you are a true first-time home buyer in South Florida and have never owned a home, there are plenty of programs out here between Broward County, Miami-Dade County, Palm Beach, you name it, Florida Hometown Heroes, the Florida Bond program that can help you get those necessary funds to cover your closing costs and assist you with your down payment. And I got some good news for everybody that's out there listening today. On Wednesday, this Wednesday, May 3rd at 10 a.m., we will be hosting a live virtual webinar on our Zoom that is going to discuss all the different types of down payment programs that's out there and available, and how much money you can get. So, guys, please jump over to our social media platforms and register for that webinar on Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. Tanya and myself, hopefully she is feeling better, and we are going to go through all the different programs, what you need to qualify, because again, the programs are there, but not everybody is going to qualify for every single program. So this is your time to find out which program is going to work for you. Jump over to our social media pages, Century Point Lending Solutions on Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're out there. Or give us a call in the office, 954-890-4320. We'll get you guys registered so you can get that information.
Hey, as we have said, we are here to assist you. Home ownership is what is important to help you own a piece of this beautiful land that God has given to us. He said, occupy till I come. And you need, as you go through, you need to ensure that you secure a piece of Florida to pass on to your children and your grandchildren. The Bible says, a good man is one who leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That is his grandchildren. And so we want to help you. Call me. That's Mark Hardy, 786-327-8844. 786-327-8844. And I'm ready to help you with your own ownership. It is the objective of us here on Let's Talk Real Estate to secure your home. First-time homeowner, second-time homeowner, I have a story to share with you the next time we come. How to build your financial base through home ownership.
Absolutely, and there's no greater way. I mean, when you look at it, they're not building any more land last time I checked. So it's now time to earn your piece of the dirt.
Yes.
Earn your piece.
Earn it and own it.
Yes.
It's here for you. You just need to knock on the right door. Give me a call, 786-327-8844. Don't forget Wednesday with
Down Payment Assistance Program live with Century Point Lending via Zoom.
bless you. Great having you. Great talking with you. Looking forward to you being with us again next week, Monday. Sorry, I'm thinking about your thing coming on Wednesday, Earon. Next week, Monday, 8:45 for Let's Talk Real Estate. Have yourselves a great day and a great week. God bless you.
That was Let's Talk Real Estate. Join us again next Monday at 11 a.m. for another informative program in the series Let's Talk Real Estate.
You're just tuning to Let's Talk Real Estate with Dr. Mark Hardy and Earon Lee right here on Omega Radio. Stay locked in and don't touch that dial. Don't go anywhere. You can catch Let's Talk Real Estate here every Monday from 8:45 to 9 a.m. Keep it locked and don't touch that dial. No, don't touch it. Not at all. Keep it locked in here on Omega Radio.
You've been listening to The Real Talk Show with John Wayne Manning here on Omega Radio. We'll be right back. Don't you touch that dial.
The Omega Radio Network. Wake up! This is Chopper Ranks, and you're listening to the Omega Radio Network.
This is Bishop John Wayne Manning, Senior Pastor from the Omega Church International Ministry. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your neighborhood. Top of the hour to you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Bishop John Wayne Manning on the Real Talk Show, where the talk is the talk and the walk is the walk.